Hey everybody, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Nope, it's not Christmas. Nope, not back to school. It's Halloween and it's autumn. And today we are going to talk about why adults should love Halloween just as much as kids. Come on, let's get better together. Now, you want to be sure to stay till the end of this video because I am going to share with you my absolute favorite 2 memories of Halloween. That's right, not just one favorite Halloween memory, 2. So you may have noticed that some adults are like really into Halloween and some adults are not. I am one of those adults who really likes Halloween and I really like autumn. And I think that if you could find it within yourself to get back into the groove, falling a little bit in love with Halloween, again, as an adult, could be really helpful for you, especially because Halloween is kind of the lead in to some really difficult holidays. I like Halloween because it's this fun moment, it's this recentering, it's this new beginning. Yes, because in the ancient pagan cultures, it was the new year, because it was the harvest season, and harvest marked the end of the year and then the beginning of winter and a new year. So that's, to me, why I try to look at it as kind of a special milestone in my year and a fun milestone. And I try not to make it like a scary milestone or a sad milestone or any of those things that it could become if I let myself dwell too much on Halloweens of the past. That's the trick, you see. So, in trying to keep with my being more organized on this channel attempts, I have notes. And not only are they notes, they are notes on index cards. And not only are they index cards, they are reusable index cards because I am also trying to be a good shepherd and steward of the planet. Yes. So, what are the 5 reasons, Melissa, that you think that adults should fall in love with Halloween again? Reason number 1. Because at Halloween, magic feels possible again. With all of the excitement going on and all of the, the things on TV that lean towards, well, a lot of them are scary, okay, we'll be real. But it just is this time of year that tickles something in the back of our minds, in our genetic memories of a time of magic, a time of change. And if you live in an area, like I am very blessed, I get to live in the Northeast, I get to see some serious magic as the leaves change color. And I think that is always just such a thing when it happens, like that even if you live in a place in the country where autumn isn't really a thing, we associate these colors, the orange, the green fading into orange, the deep burnt umber colors, the brown, the earth tones, but the amazing thing that happens with the trees, that is so magical. If you look at the faces of children as they are preparing for Halloween, go costume shopping, not for yourself. Go after school, go to wherever the costumes are being sold, be socially distant, wear a mask, do all the stuff. But look at how excited the little kids are. And let that spark some magic in you again. The magic of a day when you can be someone else. You could be anything else. That's magical. Remember that feeling of magic and know that that is available to you. You could dress up this year, or you could just buy a little headband with bat wings on it, or you could just wear cute earrings, or you could buy this dress on Amazon. It's really cheap. I'll put a link down below. It's really, I'll get a little commission. I have a bunch of these. I have 3 different Halloween dresses. I have Christmas dresses. They're all from the same company. They're stretchy. They're very forgiving. They're wonderful. You can buy a t-shirt that says nothing but "this is my costume." It's a black t-shirt, white lettering. But that's fun. That's magical. That's funny. I love the magic of Halloween. Try to find that little bit of magic in Halloween again. Try and rekindle that feeling for you. Try to stop and look at the changing of the leaves, or look online at leaves changing color if you live in an area where they don't do that. Another reason to fall in love with Halloween again, and this is reason number 2, is that at this time of year, we actually look at death with a sense of humor. The rest of the year, especially with everything that's gone on with coronavirus and all of the crap that we have gone through the last few years as a country, as a society, death has not been funny. Well, Melissa, death isn't supposed to be funny. No, it's not. But sometimes as humans, we need to hit a release valve. And Halloween gives us that time of year where we can twist the release valve on the pressure and the grief and the stress of mortality and death. And we can actually be humorous about death. So we have all of these movies that are just so over the top, ridiculous slasher movies where we're like scared, laughing at the fact that we're scared, laughing at the people that are stupid enough to go to that camp in the first place after everything that happened. I mean, we just take this really humorous approach to being scared, to death, to just all of the uncertainty of life. At Halloween, we laugh at that chaos. We laugh at being scared. The rest of the year, we're not so amused by being terrified. Nope, not so much. But at Halloween, we laugh at death. We laugh at being scared. We like being scared because all of it for a little while, it's not real. And just having that little unreality switch, just letting off a little bit of that stress and pressure through this mechanism of laughing at death, at scaring ourselves on purpose because we know there's no consequences. That is hugely helpful to us. Remember, completing the stress cycle, actually watching a scary movie can help you complete a stress cycle. Number 3 reason to fall back in love with Halloween this year: community. We have been separated from each other in so many ways for so long because of everything that's gone on, that Halloween is that day where we get to be a community again. I love the fact that I see neighbors that I never see the rest of the year. I love that. I love that people get together regardless of anything, and they give candy to kids, and they get candy, and they dress up in all kinds of crazy wild stuff, and you go shopping and you're in the grocery store and you see another adult who's dressed up for Halloween, and you're dressed up for Halloween, and you're like, ah, yes! There's just this sense of community. There's this thing that it's a shared holiday that has no religious or necessarily politically complicated origins, unless you are of a religion that does not celebrate Halloween because you have beliefs around it being demonic or it's a pagan holiday or any of those things. But for most of the country, and I think for most of the people watching me, it is something that is kind of almost universally celebrated, and so you can bond with people over Halloween. You can be standing next to someone in that candy aisle where they've got the mega bags of candy for sale, and you're trying to figure out which ones to get, and you're making the choice based on which ones will I not eat the whole bag of before Halloween. And the person next to you is trying to make that same decision, you know? And you guys can laugh about it. Now, you and that other person may have completely different political beliefs, religious beliefs. You might be on completely opposite sides of the spectrum on everything else. But on the idea that if I buy this candy now, I'm probably gonna eat it all before Halloween, you guys can bond on that. I have bonded so many times with people in the candy aisle about this. It's such a great time for community, and that's because historically, throughout the millennia, we gathered together, and they're about bringing the community together. And they're about bringing the community together kind of for one last time before some rough times are coming, right? And for us nowadays, it's like holidays and seeing our family. But this is a time where you can just have this moment of community regardless of anything else. Do that. Go embrace that. Just love on it. Feel the love in the candy aisle. Just let that come upon you. Don't fight it. Let it happen. I'm telling you, Halloween's a magical time. Amazing things can happen in the candy aisle during Halloween. You never know what's gonna happen. Number 4. Okay. Costumes, makeup. Come on! When you were a kid, you loved this. Okay, maybe you didn't. And if you didn't, and if you have trauma around costumes and makeup, like someone else I know, you can reclaim it as an adult. Yes, you can do it. You can start to make your own Halloween costume and makeup magic and kind of deal with the trauma on a different video, okay? But for purposes of this video, we're gonna say how much fun it is to dress up. It is so exciting to think of, I can dress up as something completely different today. I can go to work today dressed like a witch. I can go to work today dressed like a vampire. I can stay home today and wear my Halloween pajamas. I can, because most of us are home, right? We're gonna have Zoom Halloween parties with work. We're gonna have Halloween filters for our Zoom calls. It's this time where you get to just like maybe go over the top with makeup, maybe try some stuff that on a normal day you would never do, like this smoky eye situation. It's like not something I would do on a normal day, but I'm making a Halloween video, so I'm like, with the eyeliner, you know? Dressing up is so fun. And you don't have to dress up as something scary. You can dress up as something fun. You can dress up as something ridiculous. You can dress up as something that makes you laugh. You can dress up like an inside joke and go to work. See, like you can do stuff like that. You can get really creative and just really get into this whole dressing up and makeup and coming up with costume ideas. It reactivates a part of you that for most of the year, if you're not a YouTuber, you leave completely dormant. Okay, number 5. Candy. Okay, really, it's trick-or-treating. But it's candy. But it's the whole concept around the candy, okay? So, you know, back in the day, it was about leaving offerings for people who were on the other side of the veil. So in some cases, in some societies and small groups, it was about, look, placating the dead. We're going to put out some food and snacks for you so that you evil spirits or dead people, that you don't come and bother us. Okay, that was one school of thought. Another school of thought was to put out things like, you know, special foods and treats for your loved ones to enjoy from the other side. There was always a component of food, because remember, this is a harvest festival initially. It eventually turned into kids dressing up in costumes and going from house to house and asking for treats. Now, we say trick or treat. No one does a trick anymore. My husband tries this every year. My husband tries, and because he misunderstands the concept. A kid says trick or treat, and my husband says trick. And I'm like, hun, no. It's not that you're choosing whether you want to give them a treat or you want them to do a trick. The question is, are we gonna play a trick on you, or are you gonna give us some candy? But you know, you're supposed to be, you go out, you go trick-or-treating, you get the candy, you come home, people come to your door, you give out candy. If you're smart, you give out the candy that you don't want, that you got at somebody else's house, but you hope that it's not them coming to the door and getting the candy that you, it's like regifting. But regifting of candy is okay. Also, the bartering, right? There was the whole, you come back and you sit down if you had siblings or if you had friends and you dumped out what you had, and then you started haggling over, I want this, I'll give you 2 of these if you give me 1 of those, and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff around the candy. But trick or treat, so like these kids show up at your door, some have put in 0 effort, like they've got a baseball cap on. These are your tweens and your teens who are like, I'm trying to be too cool. But it's just so fun, and I love the little ones. The ones that are like so tiny they don't even know what they're doing. And we have like, you watched a little tiny one, it's like their first Halloween, can barely walk straight, and now you put them in a costume and they can't see, and they've got this pumpkin plastic thing and they don't know what it's for, and they're hitting the other kids with it. I mean, it's so much fun. And they come waddling up to you and you look at them and you look at their parents. You're thinking, woman, you are way too happy about this. But I swear, I love the littlest trick-or-treaters. They bring me life. Try to go somewhere, maybe the mall or something, where they're having a parade or whatever, where you can see the little trick-or-treaters, the young ones who are still really into it. Like in the 70s, people's moms used to make costumes, and then there were those of us who had to cobble together our own thing. Well, you know what? When I see kids today that have cobbled together something for themselves, I am like, standing ovation, because you can buy a costume now. So it is so cool when somebody makes their own. It is so cool, because you can buy any kind of costume nowadays. It's like so easy. But if somebody made something out of a cardboard box and tinfoil, I am like, just here, you win all the candy, it's yours. It's a day that it's okay to eat candy. Now there is a type of candy that I hate. Okay, so at the beginning of this video, I promised you that I was going to share with you my 2 absolute favorite Halloween memories. And one is from my life as a child Halloween-er person, trick-or-treater. And the other is one from the adult side of Halloween. So my most memorable trick-or-treating as a kid happened when I was a senior in high school. We went out for one last ride. My friend Kathy and Anna and Maureen and I, we all got kind of dressed up. I just put a lot of like makeup and weird symbols all over my face, and I don't even know what we were wearing. I think jeans, and I don't know. We were the kids who were really mailing it in, and we were clearly like the oldest kids going around Kathy's neighborhood. But Kathy lived in a really nice neighborhood. She lived in Upper Montclair, and they gave out like full-size candy bars and stuff. And this is the last time probably we were gonna be able to pull this off. After this, it was gonna be college Halloween parties, and they don't give you full-size candy bars. We went trick-or-treating, and we had the best time. We were out for hours. We walked our legs off because we knew like somehow this was like the end of something and the beginning of another part of our lives. And I absolutely love that night. We had such a good time, and then we ate pizza and we played Dungeons and Dragons and ate our candy because, yeah, that's how we were. Now, my favorite memory of Halloween as an adult is Caden's first Halloween, where he could walk because he was born in September, so there's kind of like that first Halloween not really doing much, where he could walk and he had a vague understanding of the concept. So he had just turned 2, and it was very cute costume, and I totally bought it. I've never made this kid a costume at all. He now makes his costumes. Not me. But we went around, and I didn't realize the first like few houses, first of all, how hard it is to walk up and down the stairs in our neighborhood. But we would go to the house, and then Caden kept trying to go in everybody's house, and I'd be like, no, baby, no, we're just gonna look. They're just gonna give you, say thank you. And we kept, and we were like, you know, we'd go to the next house and we do the thing, and then and Caden would try to go in the house. I don't know how many houses it was before I figured out what was going on. Under any other circumstance in Caden's young life, when we've rung the doorbell and someone has opened the door, we've walked in. He's never done this before. The idea of not walking into a house when you ring the bell was completely alien to him. And it was such a profound moment for me as a parent to understand that like my kid had like independent thinking going on. And I was like, oh Bill, I get it. I know what he's doing. And my husband was like, oh yeah. And I was like, no, don't you understand? Like, he's got his own headcanon about what it means when you walk up and you ring a bell and somebody opens the door. Like he doesn't know about door-to-door salesmen or about pizza delivery or any of those things. His only frame of reference is that he's supposed to walk into the house. And like, he's got this in his, and I'm like having this whole like weirdo moment. And my husband's like, okay, we're gonna go to another house. You have fun with that. And I've never forgotten it because Caden made it like 5 houses before Bill had to carry him up and down the stairs because his little legs were like, I am not doing this. And Bill was like, my knees are not doing this. And I was like, yeah, I'm over here with the carriage. I just gotta watch the candy. So you see, Halloween for me has become a really good time. It is something that I enjoy. I have found ways to re-engage or build for the first time some joy and excitement around parts of Halloween. And I think you can do the same thing. I think that we all need Halloween this year. It's been like last year Halloween was weird. This year Halloween might be a little less weird. But I think we're all trying to kind of find ways to be a community again. And I think that Halloween, whether your neighborhood does trick-or-treating or they're doing trunk-or-treating or they're doing something at the mall, whatever it is, I think trying to participate in some way will be really, really helpful for you. And I think just you don't have to get involved in all 5 of these different things that make me love Halloween, but I think just try a couple of them out, especially if you've been a little blue lately. If this year hasn't been so great for you, give it a shot. Halloween is a chance to try something a little different, a little out of the ordinary, and see if it can reignite a little something inside of you or ignite something for the first time. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear about your Halloween experiences, your favorite memories. What do you love about Halloween? Please share that down below. Your comments are such a huge part of this channel for me. And make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. The link is at the top there because I will be sharing some Halloween pictures that you will only be able to get in the newsletter. Trust me, they're not that great. They were taken in the 70s. They're horrifying now. And also some other tips and tricks, and you know, the newsletter will go out maybe like twice a month. I can't commit to more than that, but another way to stay in touch with you and to share some of what I'm thinking and what's going on. Thank you guys so much. I love you so much. Remember, we can get better together because honestly, I think we are better together. So until I see you next time, remember that you are loved and I love you, and please stay well. Bye.